Hello everyone, and welcome to another edition of the What If Roundtable. The real what if is the friends we made along the way. I'm MasakoX, and joining me as always is my trusty sidekick Haverock.
Hello.
How's everyone doing today? All doing good? And yeah, things are looking pretty smooth. We've had part 18 of Barbady come out, and we have introduced Morrow into the story.
Yeah, finally, right? Like, I was super excited to write that stuff, and like, I hope you guys liked it.
Well, I see people did respond as a surprise in going, "Uh-oh, this doesn't look good."
Well, like, one thing that pleases me is people reacting so nicely on the friend at the end of time. We worked really hard on this one, and like it's something that we came up of a left field, but like I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy how it turned up, and I love how people are searching for some little clues that we put there. Like it makes me happy.
Well, people are suddenly going like, "Oh my god, there's lore! There is."
Yeah.
A big comment was going, "Lore building." Like,
oh
yep.
yeah,
oh we are, oh we are.
Yeah.
Anyway, so for those of you who are brand new here, do let us know if this is your first roundtable. But this is a place where you can help get some good ideas out, and it does go to help support the channel in a very brilliant way by donating super chats as much as you can. Really much appreciated. And just these can become videos, because I know that Fifth Guy is in the stream, and he was the chap that inspired Hav and I to do the Pokemon Dragon Ball video.
Yeah.
So, things can happen. So I
Glory to Quagsire.
Michael, Rhett, and Ghost Trey, this is your first round table, so awesome. And for those of you who are here regularly, it's always good to see you here again.
Yeah.
Starting off with Vulcan. What if DBZ characters were D&D classes?
Because of how he or she works in the D&D, like most of them would be variants of monks, sadly.
I mean,
but like personality-wise, Gohan is a paladin. Like we envision Gohan.
Oh,
as a
Trunks
paladin.
is too. That makes Trunks as well.
Yeah.
Because everyone describes Trunks as lawful good.
Yeah.
Yeah. He'd be King Paladin, so basically Gohan would have just learned to be a paladin, but then you think Trunks would actually take it one step further.
I would even say that Gohan is Sorcerer Paladin, because like he doesn't have full control over his powers initially, so he double classes. Like Tenshinhan is a typical monk,
Of course, yes.
Yeah. Goku is a bard in a weird way,
Yeah.
But if you think about it, that makes a lot of sense.
A bard who knows how to punch. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Piccolo is a cleric.
Cool.
Piccolo is a cleric.
Well, yeah, that does make sense. Yeah.
Yeah, like Bulma is an artificer. What else? Broly is a barbarian, obviously. Both Brolys.
I mean, that goes without saying, of course.
Yeah.
Right. Beedronius is next. Coming to a viewing panel near you, it's the GP's newest hit show, Good Cop, Magic Cop, starring the Namekian, formerly known as Demon King Piccolo, and a potato. Who signed up on that? Oh. Sigma Fifth Guy, joke what if? What if Chaozu was the strongest Z fighter? In a way, he kind of is, because it's a shame that he never really focused on his telekinetic powers, but if he actually honed and trained with Mr. Popo, his telekinetic powers, he could be remarkable in the sense that he could just stop people hitting him. Like, I mean, that's the thing. That's what really disappointed me with Nappa. Like, you see Chaozu trying to use his telekinetic powers, but it doesn't work. Or the old Chinese, but it doesn't work. It should have worked, because Nappa's simple he's a meathead. Surely his mind would have been suggestive, but no, you have to make Chaozu lose.
Yeah, like I really wish that at some point we'll get at least some Chaozu, or maybe when Toriyama will be older, like he will make some sort of a new Dragon Ball encyclopedia, because we got some of those.
Yeah.
Because we decide, might as well. I grew nostalgic. Is there a whole group of Chaozu as we are led to believe that that Tien has some spacefaring ancestors that lived on Earth at least, and they're interbred with humans. Like is Chaozu one and done? Does Chaozu know what he is?
Yeah.
Are there more Chaozus?
I mean, that's as intriguing as what young Fleetway says. What if Raditz lost his keys? That's a classic. I mean, that's a classic what if. I mean, yeah, that legendary story. But Vulcan says, how do you fix the Bio Broly movie? Bio Broly,
we did it actually, kinda, but
we did. But I would say the easiest way you could do it is you basically just make it so that means Broly doesn't become a pile of goo. If you literally just made him a straight up clone, he doesn't gooify. That would be a great start. And I mean, I do find it kind of funny that Broly's weakness is water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, remove Broly from the title and make it an original monster amalgamation fighter. Somebody trying to do another Cell and failing, and that can work too, right?
Yeah, that could work.
Or, do what we did and make a Broly and Bio Broly fight.
Exactly. Two Brolys fighting? Everyone would want that.
Yeah.
Vulcan, what if Raditz never came to Earth? Well, if he didn't, then Piccolo would still be an enemy, for a start. Gohan probably wouldn't have been a fighter. And then...
That's until androids show up.
That's until the androids show up, yeah, and then everyone dies.
Yeah.
And then the androids kill everyone. The end.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Sigma Fifth Guy, what if all Z fighters weren't all scum with terrible personalities? I mean, they're not... I know what you mean in terms of simplistic, that they aren't very proactive. They are reactive heroes. So I suppose what you mean is that they actually have initiative and they're actually proactive with things like Krillin and Trunks want to be. But I feel like...
no Resurrection F. No Resurrection F.
No Resurrection F.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
Bidronius goes, Pilaf sees Goku revert to a kid in GT. A kid? He's supposed to be gone! Oh, yeah, weird. Oh, classic. Smash Ultra. What if Black Frieza is made of Kachin metal? I mean...
That's still breakable. Easily these days.
That's the thing. Back in Z, it was unbreakable, but what we've seen with the Tournament of Power, nope, that ain't breakable.
No. Shin and Kibito thought it was unbreakable. That's a
okay, I'll get that mixed up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's just another thing. Yes, another thing Shin basically assumed.
I mean, listen, like that's on Grand Supreme Kai from not teaching him properly. Like, come on.
Yeah, I suppose so. That's true. Bidronius, Yema, and not just any mahogany. Ghost Lumberjack. Redwood. Excuse me? The desk is actually made out of redwood. You got ripped off, pal. Get me South Guy on the phone!
I kind of love it.
I always like that. Vulcan. Will Good Boy Raditz for the Moro Saga and beyond? Probably not.
No.
Nah, I feel like that story's done. I kind of want to wrap things up. Otherwise, we'd be here forever. I mean, yeah, maybe we might do in the future if they actually do the anime. Whether we actually have something where it ends up with us doing one video where we do a quick epilogue of what might happen on some big what ifs and stuff.
As you can see, we are trying to add, Moro and Granola to different what ifs and have different spins on them.
Yeah.
But we are doing that if it makes sense. With Moro in Babidi, we wanted to we were building up this personal angle, but realistically, if we add Moro to, let's say, Jay's Brigade story, the Ginyu Squad turning good, they don't have any personal stakes against Moro, right?
No.
It just becomes, let's write, let's make them fight another big bad, which is kinda you have that in the original, or they were just there the end, you know?
Yeah.
And like in those later parts of the manga, or even like stuff like Tournament of Power, like we want those parts of the stories to matter for the characters and to just, you know, like to be something more than, oh, they just were there, and it's not always fitting thematically, you know.
Yeah.
And sometimes we start to give them their own stuff, like with Terles, who will be getting a lot of his own little stories. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
True. It's very true. Bedronius. No, Sigma Thick Guy. This is my most daring what if yet. What if a Dragon Ball had LGBT representation? No non-binary, no, because we have Namekians. That is a good point. Namekians you could describe as non-binary and all hermaphrodites. Honestly, that'd be cool. I'd be okay with that. Honestly,
I kind of like Kaelin Caulifla. I know that this is
I do.
Thing,
I do. I do like that, and I just feel like, does it really matter? Because it's about fighting people. Toriyama is infamous for not including romance, so realistically, it wouldn't make a difference. You know, it's just to me, it wouldn't get in the way whatsoever. I'm like, I want to see cool action. I want to see cool character interactions. That's what I want. So, yeah, if we got something like that in Dragon Ball, I would say, cool. Okay.
If we get a cute shipping out of it.
Yeah, if we got something wholesome out of it, I'd be like, "Aw, that's nice."
I think Kaelin and Caulifla are very wholesome as a character.
Yeah, so. I do. I like that.
Yeah.
I do. I like that. Tigerfire goes, I want to apologize for what I said last time. What I should have said was, what if Zamasu didn't know Goku's race or identity and ended up in a human's body by mistake? I thought it would be funny. It would be funny. It'd be hilarious. The hubris of the gods. Zamasu forgot to do his research. And then he just
wouldn't be out of character, yeah.
Oh. It wouldn't be out of character. Very true.
Mas, I have an idea.
What?
What if he wanted to be like, accidentally he messes up the wish somehow, and he chooses to be transported into the body of Earth's savior and lands in Mr. Satan's body.
Oh.
We're doing that as one of the April Fool's ones. Come on.
Oh yes,
that's gold.
We're gonna do that. What if Zamasu picked the wrong body? Oh no! What if Goku Black never happened? Like, or what if Zamasu didn't become Goku Black? So you don't know what's gonna happen, and then suddenly you find out, oh, it's Mr. Satan, and then basically, yeah, you get Satan Black. But the thing is, though, is that Mr. Satan is not strong, so it'd be a massive case of humbling.
Krillin will defeat him. Krillin
will defeat him, yeah. And then he ends up being friends with Krillin because Krillin, everyone's friend. Yeah. Panda Walk. Dragon Ball Looney Tunes, Goku Bunny. Yeah. What's up, Doc? You're despicable. Shh. Be very quiet. I'm hunting monkeys.
I hate and love how well that fits.
It does. Smash Ultra. What if others had second names like Goku, Piccolo, and Gohan would be named after demons? Chi-Chi named after Ox, Yamcha named after Wolf, and Cell named after Beetle. Except Vegeta, he likes his name just fine.
Vegeta would be Vegeta would be Vegeta.
Vegeta, yes.
Yeah.
Son Goku, I mean, the Son is the second name of Son Goku, Son Gohan, Son Goten. Technically Son Chi-Chi, actually. Yeah, Chi-Chi Bull. Yamcha Howler. Okay. Sir Mr. Cell Scarab. But then again, he has a second surname. He is Mr. Perfect Cell.
Yeah.
That's what he is.
And, Piccolo Daimo.
Yep, exactly. There are a lot more second names than you think. Alright, Sedna. I like Zalana tinfoil hat time. We do too. I picture a cross between Namek and Cardinal Kai wearing a small snail shell. A creator god is all loving. We did a video, actually, about what we might have had if Zalama showed up, and he would have bodied the Grand Priest, just in the sense of like, you locked me in a dimension I couldn't get out. Because, come on, Zalama has to be alive because he created the Super Dragon Balls, and the Super Dragon Balls still exist. Yeah, Super Shenron is still a thing. So somewhere Zalama exists. We just haven't found it yet.
I think, the more I know about it, the more I think that Zalama might be like a little bit absent-minded and like, like it's tending to some garden planet or something and got cut in the, into creating stuff and just like Toriyama simply forgot. Oh yes, 12 universes. I did create those.
Exactly. By the way, we missed a Bidronius one going. This is Moro. How did you defeat me?
2 things. Hard work and friendship.
Well, that's dumb, laddie.
Yeah, it sounded weird to me too after I said it.
I still like the fact that we've made Moro Scottish. It just fits.
Yep.
Panda, what if King Piccolo made a cult before Mutaito mothered him, working on the shadows like MCU Hydra? The most powerful member? Blonde Launch.
Oh boy.
I mean, it would make sense, if he had disciples that still carried on his good deeds and the stories of King Piccolo. So, every May night...
Isn't that kinda how Dark Namekian started in online?
Kinda, yeah. The Dark Namekians. It's an evolution of that, really. Fleetway, by the way, I do notice you in the chat, but at this time, because we get so many of these suggestions, we take chats in the form... We take what-ifs in the form of super chats, just so you know. But the moderators...
Don't worry, we read the chat after the stream.
We do read the chat after the stream, though. So, yeah. Tigerfire, one more. What if Masako was in Dragon Ball? But hear me out. What if he let RNG decide how he started? Don't have to read this out. Okay. I'll get Google number generator. One. Okay. Right. So, first, number 1, human turned red ribbon android. 2, Namekian. 3, Margin. 4, Iceling. 5, Cerulean. 6, Saiyan. What do I get? I got 2. So, I'm a Namekian. It just reminds me of that fan animation of Brian. Yeah.
You're Brian?
No, he's secretly half Namek. That's why human acne cream has no effect on him.
My power is 11 billion.
11 billion?
It's like, Super Spirit Bomber! Brian. Strongest character ever. Okay.
We should make a what if about Brian.
Okay, Sigma. Fun idea. What if Saiyan and Tuffle had forbidden romance like Romeo and Juliet? Well, we kind of had that. The scientists in the Broly movie. They are rumored to be half Tuffle.
I mean, rumored. It's our head theory. Come on.
It makes sense because they have blue hair, and the dub gave them Slavic accents for some reason because scientist to make them sound smarter. But did you find that offensive or did you not care?
They were more Russian accents, so no.
It's
very
funny. Okay, very stereotypical. Oh, okay.
Yeah, right. So kind of funny, but like I want to know what was in Sabat's head at the time.
If I do get to see him again, I will ask him that. I'll just say we need to know, like,
yeah,
why the accent, bro?
Yeah,
why? I want to know why the accent. Anyway, okay, Fusion Disaster. Don't got much to say. Love your videos. Cyberfan out. Cheers, Fusion. Pandawok.
Thank you.
Okay. King Piccolo to Cultist Launch.
My most faithful, you suffer an affliction similar to mine years ago. It's time to purge all goodness from your heart.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
That's good. That's good dialogue, Panda. Fleetway, we have noticed you, but just calm down, okay? So, we do again pay attention, so we have noticed you. Dusk5261. Pre-Nikki Town Cell versus post-Android 18 fight pre-Time Chamber Vegeta. Would Vegeta be able to beat Cell after his Zenkai from 18's fight? If this is a full death fight. Oh, okay. So, before Cell sups on the hundreds of thousands of people from Nikki Town, So basically, when he just after he's fought Piccolo, so Kamikolo.
Yeah.
Maybe. I think if Piccolo and Vegeta were actually fighting together, they would have taken Cell down.
I don't know if Jits would be at Kamikolo level from the Zenkai itself.
Oh no! But if you fought them together,
oh yeah,
they do it.
Oh, together, no problem.
Together, no problem. And I think he would be closer, but I think his hubris would still get the better of him.
Yeah,
I think it would. Okay, Sigma, Halloween special fun idea. What if the Z-Warriors were classic horror-themed monsters? Well, I mean, you just have, like, you have Yamcha as a werewolf,
16 as the Frankenstein's monster,
Bulma as a mad scientist, or just Dr. Giro just comes as himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Hedo with Gammas also, like.
Yeah, true. Hero of Time. Hey guys, love you all. Oh, thanks, man. What I know is, what if Piccolo stayed evil? Well, basically, it would have been what if Dragon Ball Z never happened. Basically, he takes Gohan, and makes him his disciple, trains him up, indoctrinates him, and takes over the world. Basically, because Goku's not going to be able to do a thing with his son serving Piccolo Jr. So he's not going to.
That's until androids show up.
That's until the androids show up, of course. They would be much weaker though, but honestly, it wouldn't really matter.
I mean, honestly, like this would be a dark timeline because, like, worst case scenario, Kami would just, tell everyone to just unalive himself. Really.
True.
If Piccolo was such a threat, but it would still be pretty dark.
It would be very dark. Sabe, I've not seen Dragon Ball Super GR yet, but I do have it on my tab, so I will try my best to watch it after the stream, but I do get very tired after these. C, this is your first super chat, so thank you and welcome. What if Tien learns about his alien heritage? Well, we must point out that it's rumored. That as in the Daizenshu say he is reportedly meant to be descended from an alien race. So we don't know about what the alien race was, how much he's been diluted. Like, they could be completely different to what Ten Shinhan looks like. So maybe the Triclops thing is just what it is. Fleetway, by the way, we're just saying we read the chat after the stream, but we do prioritize super chats because it's a good way to keep things up.
And there's a lot of them. Like this is how it works.
That is how it works, mate.
Yep.
Okay, Tim Hirth. What if Goku was born with all of his transformations that he has right now? Oh man. He gets angry about the smallest thing, like he can't get a fish, he turns accidentally Super Saiyan. So, yeah, he turns Super Saiyan out of frustration, has no idea, and basically obliterates the forest without even realizing it.
Oh yeah.
Fusion Disaster. Since last time, I've really wanted a Legic what if. Yeah, I like Legic. Legic's cool. Like, I felt like he's one of the coolest characters in GT. Because he's a bounty hunter who actually gains Goku's respect. That doesn't happen often, in terms of fighters. I mean, sure, Super Saiyan Kid Goku took him down, but it was still a good show.
Yeah.
So honestly, that'd be really cool. That's why in Revelation F Season 2, Legic makes a cameo because I wanted him in there. Anyway, Milliard Lumon. I'd like to see a movie episode for the Saiyan Krillin what if, considering how utterly shafted he is in all the movies, even the early ones. Admittedly, yeah, he is kind of shafted in those. But at the same time, I think he would just take the role of Goku in a way, with just Goku and he partnering up together. So it would be just up to them to save the worlds, basically. Sedna. What if Vegeta came back in the Moro arc with a milder but more infectious Yadrato virus? Marin would send funny pandemic postcards. So basically, Vegeta has to self-isolate, and then everyone on the battlefield social distances. But then Moro has no concept of what it is, and he basically gets up in Vegeta's grill, and it's just like, "Hey, you wee Saiyan lad, what do you got to say?" Cough. And then Moro dies of Yadrato virus. And because he's millions of years old, he has not adapted to the immune system of modern viruses.
Oh boy.
The end.
Be hilarious, yeah.
The end.
Yeah.
Alright, Sedna. What if Vegeta came back? Oh no, sorry, that was Sedna, sorry. Pandawok. Freeze the Solga cultist. Say, more demons! Praise Piccolo! Namekians glare at Piccolo.
I can explain. Nail! You made a cult without telling me! I'm so disappointed. I wish to be Grand Poobah! Yes, Lord Guru. That's Grand Poobah Guru to you! Or was it Super Kami Grand Poobah Guru? Nail!
Sorry.
What sounds better now?
Just to quote the meme that's kind of got me giggling. It's like,
Nail! Skibbity toilet or creeper!
something he'd get into. Seth Inflamed. Hey Masako, love your videos. What if Goku was found and raised by Miris in the Galactic Patrol? If he was, I think Miris would take care of him because he loves mortals. Miris is the anti-Zamasu, as in Zamasu hates mortals. Miris loves mortals. He would protect mortals with his life, which he actually literally did, and then he got reincarnated, so it didn't matter. So
Miris would literally like draw out the potential. Like Goku's potential pretty early, but to come back a little bit for that, like that kind of makes sense. Like thematically, if you look at those, two sagas, and Miros being humble and being rewarded to being humble versus Zamasu fusing with entire universe and being just plopped out of existence. It rhymes. It kind of rhymes. As Georgioukas would say, it's like poetry. It rhymes.
Oh, very nice, very nice. Cinnamamba, what if Shin came to Earth early after Frieza? If he did, then all of his things about, stronger than Frieza would actually carry some weight.
Yeah.
Because, they've just fought Frieza, and then he says somebody's stronger than Frieza, everyone would be like,
They do now, wink.
Kinda. But, just it would carry more weight. He'd be looking even more intense. Sigma, if there is no fake Namek, does that mean you're also ignoring minor canonical events that would make its way into the Namek saga? Goku training through his bandages and Vegeta not healing or went to Namek. We don't really cover those in great detail because they are quite superficial because they mainly happen to Goku and Vegeta, so we don't tend to cover those.
Like I like to think that Krillin and Maron with. Like Maron was a thing, like some of the filler stuff is fine, and we use it from time to time. But like to say it like this, we are trying to build our what ifs on filler that was actually character building and character expansion, especially in Super.
Yeah, no, exactly. So we want to kind of just make it something that's substantial. It's delicious filler. We don't want to just give you the fluff. Okay, Captain Bino. Cell multiple personalities like Legion from X-Men. Frieza, personality, Cell classic. Piccolo seeks to revive Red Ribbon and rule the world to honor Jiro, but also resents his programming. Goku programming was annoying, so he turned it off. Trains, eats animals, and doesn't know what his other personalities are up to.
Oh man, I kinda love it.
It's kinda cool. Good job, Captain Bino.
No, it would be something for a short form, but I kind of love the idea.
Yeah,
of
it's kind of cool.
Multiple facets of Cell.
Yeah. Tim Hirth. What if Goku was born with Ultra Ego and Ultra Instinct, but Goku was still born with his normal power level and can only tap into it at stressful? So basically, he'd have the power level, but those kind of things. But God, if he had both, that'd be too overpowered. I mean, Ultra Ego is overpowered as it is. But you can definitely tell, if he had both of those, Whis would be on him in a heartbeat and taking him away.
Oh yeah, and probably first time would be during fight with Tao, and Tao wouldn't have a good time.
No, he would not. That grenade would look small fry by in comparison.
Neither would King Piccolo.
No. Basically, the Dragon Ball villains would not stand a chance. They would not stand a chance at all. Okay, Andrew Santana. What if Frieza wished to be a Saiyan after his death? Oh, basically just understanding what the monkeys are all about. I think he would actually get them and understand what it's like to train and stuff, because he had that power and he didn't earn it, so he would actually then feel really retrospective about, I had this power and I'd never even learned my potential. So he would actually be quite grateful of what he has. I think he would have some gratitude. Okay, stop talking. What if the Yard Rats taught Goku spirit fishing instead of instant transmission? Well, no, that's the thing. The way they described it, or Prabhara described it, is that Goku had only done the basics of the training and then skipped town to go and because Frieza was coming back to the planet. So he didn't finish his training. He'd only done the basic training. Because instant transmission, that's the first thing you learn. And then you start to learn different things. But if he did learn spirit fishing, I mean, if he was fighting against the likes of Boo, that might have been enough to actually separate Boo from the Grand Supreme Kai.
I mean, Cell.
And Cell.
Cell would be much easier. Like, he would probably have won that first duel against Cell.
Yeah, no, in the Cell games, no, he would have beaten Cell. He would have basically it would make things a lot easier. Right, Sabe. Masako, with both of you being the wise DB aficionados you are, please help me to understand this. Why are so many people trying to ship Piccolo with Pan's kindergarten teacher? Well, Janet, why not? Because they hang out. They obviously, the fact is that Piccolo regularly goes to pick up Pan from school, is that surely they would have talked and actually gotten to know each other.
Yeah, like the name is purely a dub thing, and people,
it's a dubism.
I think initially it started as a joke, but the more people are looking at it, the more wholesome it is. Like I think it's wholesome. I personally view Piccolo as a sexual character, really. I wouldn't mind if I don't think anyone at Triple D would catch up on this, but it's a hilarious vision, like Piccolo basically having social life,
Yeah, I mean, and Sabe, they wouldn't have sex. Then they wouldn't have that. They'd just be companions. That's what Piccolo wants. He's lonely. Tom abandoned him years ago when he closed down MySpace. He's got nobody. So he just wants a friend. So sometimes in relationships you want a companion. Simple as. Okay, Delicate Soul. Any plans on continuing What If Bulma trained like Goku? Yes, we will. But yeah, there are some other stories we kind of want to finish up first, because we do have quite a lot of things going around. So we kind of want to finish up some stories first. Pandawok. Piccolo's cult recruits criminals, orphans, and delinquents, thus 17 and 18. Listen, Jiro, you're not our boss. The green guy is. Neat. That's cool. Yeah. Hey, are you a demon?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not a demon thing.
Well, that makes you so uncool. I mean, our new boss is a demon. That rocks. It's like, that's the clincher. Is that he's a freaking demon, old man. He'd be like that.
Would be funny if Kami would try to impersonate King Piccolo.
Now it just reminds me of
yes,
that.
I'm a demon.
Oh, that just reminds me of Darth Vader.
Yo, dudes, the Empire's pretty chill. You should join it or something. It's like Kami. It's like, hello, young dudes. I'm a demon. Care to join me and have some tea?
What tea?
I mean, kill people. Yes, with tea. Poison tea.
Cool tea.
Cool poison tea.
Oh, cool.
Oh, cool. Oh, there you go. For a second, I thought you were a square.
No, it's just a circle, actually.
What? Okay. Shinko Akuma. I've been considering writing my own What If, and I have my story figured out, but what else do I need beyond a story from a prepping stance? And what should I do about my recording, face visuals, etc.? Well, I can tell you straight off the bat, I would recommend doing your face because I personally find it to be quite approachable for people. And people, because faceless channels to me, they don't really seem that personable. They just feel a bit like there's a disconnect. Whereas if you're expressing the emotions of what the characters are expressing to people, you can convey so much more than what you'd have to do with so many choppy whiz-bang edits and stuff. Yeah, that and it's easier to do. That's easier to do, and it's more genuine. That's my two penneth. Have?
Again, like I can only tell from writing standpoint, and it's like you need to find your own way essentially, and like your own rule set. Like we have our rule set, which we push the boundaries of pretty certain, but there is a certain core that we don't, that we tend not to break essentially. So yeah, like again, there is no wrong way. Like you can write on the fly, you can make big elaborate plans, you can make fusion of both. So plan few things, and some things can be born along the way, or you will get a better idea on the way. Just
right.
Be consistent, and a good advice, like the best advice that I ever got about writing is that the art of writing scripts and stuff like that is the art of sticking your butt to your chair. Like sometimes you can feel not uninspired, but you need to finish it. Like if somebody said that everything is created out of inspired, inspired moments and inspired sessions, they are lying to you. It's a lot of like inspired sessions are great, but they are few along the way. Most of the time is you need to stick your butt to the chair and just finish that page.
That is true.
Actually.
Then you'll feel so much better after you've done it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Smash Ultra, you mean Kakarot and Goku, not Son Goku. Let me just look back through. Oh, second name's like Goku. Oh, so you were talking about like Kakarot. Okay, top. Kakarot top. Because Carrot top.
Yeah.
And then Goku, I don't know, actually. I don't know what would be for Goku.
Well, Piccolo has the whole Ma Junior thing, so this is his second name. But like, with Yamcha, like I would like one of the funniest thing you can do is that he is used to what was that dub that gave that created the Whiskers the Wonder Cat? It wasn't the Ocean.
It was the Harmony Gold dub.
Harmony Gold dub. So. Yeah, like, what was Goku's name there? I don't remember.
Zero,
yeah. So Goku, Zero. Kakarot is dope. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of hard though. But Stephen Roberts comes in with, what if Yamcha wished to be like Vegeta? Well, it depends if you want to go. If you want to be serious, he becomes a Saiyan. If you want to be funny, he gets shorter, he has a widow's peak, and he suddenly gets very irritable. Pretty much. Fifth guy. Similar to my Pokemon idea, what are Z Fighters with Digimon? Which Digimon would they be, and what evolution would they have? I don't know. I didn't watch past season 2. I mean, sorry, fifth guy. I can't really provide an answer to that, but...
I only, like, we had season 1 here in Poland, and I watched, like, bits of Tamers in German, so my Digimon lore is very, very, very limited. And it was long time ago. It was probably like last time when I've seen Digimon, it was probably so long time ago that some of you fine people in the chat weren't even born yet, which is terrifying to think about.
That is quite scary. Oh, hey, you got a Polish chap in the chat.
Yay!
Yay! There you go. Tim Hirth. So, sorry, Fifth Guy, can't really answer your question properly. Tim Hirth, what if Goku was born with Ultra Ego and Ultra Instinct, but Goku can access the Mistress? Oh, okay. We've already had that, so sorry, Tim. Oh, he's already apologized. All right, okay, fair enough. No worries. Pandawok, Cultist 1718. Oh, sup, boss? Future Trunks glared at Piccolo.
No wonder they're evil. They're from your cult. I said I'm sorry!
There you go. The Xehanauto. What if the nameless Namekian never split into Kami and Piccolo? Then he would have never become Guardian, and then we'd have had Garlic Sr. becoming the Guardian. Basically. Because the condition to become the next Guardian was that he had to shed his evil self. And the previous Guardian wouldn't have made the nameless Namekian the Guardian of Earth because of the evil inside of him. So, you wouldn't have had... It wouldn't have been Kami or Piccolo, it would have been somebody else. Sedna. If Piccolo was still a demon when Raditz shows up, then Goku and Raditz would not have gone to the afterlife. Their souls would wander lost or whatever. That's very true, because we've ultimately found out that, Piccolo is not a demon. So he's just a slug. So, had that been Piccolo, Demon King Piccolo, then that's the case. They would have been in limbo. But Piccolo Jr., not a demon. Doxy Monster. Ahoy! This is my first time attending. Welcome, Doxy. Since Cell is part Namekian, what if Piccolo fused with the absorbed Cell? Oh, man. Oh, jeez. If he did? Actually, that would have been funny if he tried it. Like, he'd just try and fuse with... It'd be basically the Cell Saga equivalent of the Grand Supreme Kai fusing with Majin Buu. So basically, it'd be a way of diffusing Perfect Cell. Not like defusing, but as in like eliminating him from being a threat. And he'd be incredibly strong. That'd be really interesting, actually. Because he does have a lot of powers from Piccolo. So, honestly, I don't think it's outside of the realms of possibility. Be funny, though. Hero of Time. What if Goku never got rid of his tail? He probably would be even more agile than he is before. You'd have known in Dragon Ball Z that they would have used the tail for comedic effect as well. So, it would have been a little bit of an advantage and a bit of a gimmick. Dusk5261. What if Veku fought Fat Gotenk's Battle of the Imperfect Fusion? I think Viku would have it in the end because obviously stronger. Master
I don't know, maybe, but on the other hand, Goten and Trunks are more used to be Fat Gotenks. They have but bigger experience with the Force.
Bigger being the operative word. But yeah, fair enough. Master of Eternal Night. What if Goku and Vegeta wish back the Saiyans? If they did, they would have to wish back the planet first. Otherwise, they're just going to wish a bunch of Saiyans into space and they asphyxiate. Wish back the planet first. But if they did...
But honestly...
Yeah, but honestly... Yeah.
I think probably the ones that would have the bigger gains would be the non-combative Saiyans, like they would be the more receptive ones to Goku and Vegeta, and the warrior cast would try to plot something. Like maybe not all of them, but a lot of them would try to use their new position.
Yeah.
Maybe it wouldn't end badly. Maybe the likes of King Vegeta would be eventually softened up by his grandchildren. Oh, like maybe there would be a connection or something, but I think that the first one to go after Goku and Vegeta, especially Goku, would be the low class warriors because Goku symbolizing something for them and the non-competence.
That's true. Fair enough. CyberLeo210. Masako, Triple X, and Havarok the Bed. Hi from California. What? Oh, I go with I sometimes if you're gonna do 18 plus, I'm Masako Sex. And then have a rock the. That's good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. I like that. Have you got a raunchy nickname? Have a rock the bed.
Yeah.
Like it. Nice. Actually, you know what? That's gonna get a like. I like that. I like that. Samikaze. What if Zalama split like the nameless Namekian did and his evil side became Lord Slug? Possible idea for future Dragon Ball Super movie? Making Slug canon. Ooh, that's good. That's good, actually.
Still, one of my favorite little ideas is that, we cannot find Zalama because Zalama actually split into Namekians.
Oh, so he basically just became the Namekian people.
Yeah, or even funnier, like when looking at our last discussion, both Namekian and Kaioshins.
Oh, so
two halves of Salama, like he just
so he can avoid
guys.
detection. So
yeah.
That's cool. So he avoids detection by basically becoming hundreds of Namekians and several dozen core people.
I mean, like maybe not. It wasn't about detection. It was about it would be a lot of work for one person to, sustain the life in all the universes. So he just split and like, shared his, his halves and his pieces around all the 12 universes.
No, that's true.
Because that's a lot of job for one guy. Like, I would say it's easy. Like it's easier for a destroyer than for a creator. I would guess, right? Like, yeah, you can have one destroyer for one of those planets because destroying is kinda easier to do in a way.
That's true. And I feel like that could be a good theory. I like that.
Yeah.
But I just want more stuff with Zalama. It's just such a. It was mentioned in one line and it's caused so much debate. It's just.
Yeah, I just want the second line about Zalama. Like I want to know that like they remember.
Yeah, just like that it was gonna. Yeah, I'd like to know if it actually was gonna go somewhere instead of it just not going somewhere.
Because we're getting so much Namekian stuff, like it's
yeah.
uncanny.
And this came all before that.
Yeah, in Z we got nothing after Namek.
Yeah,
almost nothing.
It's like Willy Wonka.
Suddenly,
Toriyama. It's like Willy Wonka. You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir. Exactly. C. What if Goku has the personality of a bridge Goku in the original Dragon Ball Super series? How would that affect everyone around him? He probably basically cause people to enter submission by the fact that he's just dumb or flanderizes his innocence and simplicity, basically. But for the most part, he is the same, just exaggerated.
Although like I had those moments in the BCA, and this is at least how I interpret it, that you never know how much it is actually Goku being dumb and how he is amping it up inward. How much he knows he's like that, and how much he acts like that.
Oh, so like whether he's just messing.
Yeah, okay. Because I don't know. Like I interpreted the way you guys wrote things as sometimes you can feel his messing.
True, that's fair. Kyle. Oh, it's Kyle from Cameo. Nice. And he was talking about the idea of what if Upa was a Saiyan, and I thought it was actually kind of a cool idea. Yeah. And it was a sense of I was talking about the idea of like both of them are quite small in stature, and if you had the fact that Bora was a Saiyan and basically ended up dying, because Upa then became an Uzaru at the same time, and then basically Kakarot and Goku and he bond over the fact that both their father figures were crushed by an evil monster. So
that's cool.
That would have been cool. So yeah, no. So Carl, you heard it here first. Have quite likes it. And yeah, Carl, I know that the F1 qualifying's on right now, but I'd rather be here with you guys. And besides, there'll be highlights on later. It'll be fine. Panda, what if the filler Hiffle was canon? More social activity. I mean, yeah. That'd be cool. You had just more lore. That'd be neat. Seth Inflamed. What if Krillin and Maron never broke up? Would 18 join them in a throuple? Would 18 even stick around? Well, no, that's the thing. If Krillin and Maron had actually stuck around, and in the filler, basically, Maron said that if Krillin had asked her to marry him, she would have said yes. So, he didn't want her to get hurt, but she would have married him. And that's actually really sad. You just feel like, oh, she would have actually stuck by him. So, nothing like the abridged version. So, if that had been the case, then I don't think he would have even looked at 18. 18 would have kissed him, he'd have felt really bad, he'd have told Maron the truth, and then she'd have loved him even more for telling the truth. And then I think 18 would have not... 18 would have been destroyed. He would have shut 18 down because he has a lady.
Probably there wouldn't be
There'd be no perfect Cell Saga.
Although, like, he could feel bad for her on a purpose. Oh, she's a lost soul.
Maybe, but I would still, at the same time, it would either make the decision to destroy her harder or easier. You wouldn't get the same outcome.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But good question, though.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna make a note of this. Because that would be a nice little discussion.
Yeah.
That'd be a nice little...
Or something that we can include in one of the timelines as something, as an extra element to add up to the story. Because
something like that.
A lot of those ideas, all of you fine people are giving us are great, but some of them are pretty minor, and sometimes we just, add them to bigger projects.
Yeah, but we do try and offer various things. Various things in some ways. Okay, next one is Tim Hirth. What if Bardock was a scientist and gave Goku extra DNA from other races that he visited before he sent Goku to Earth, like frost demons? Another race. Oh my god, he'd just be an amalgamation. He'd be a horror, because how can you be sure that all the DNA would actually work well together?
Yeah.
He'd just be an amorphous blob.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Tetsoku.
Oh boy. Oh no.
Sigma.
I just played a mental sound in my mind.
I would play the sound, yeah. Tetsugoku! Okay, Sigma. No, Chi-Chi would end up being crushed between the things and you see the blood. That was the darkest thing from Akira. Seriously. Alright, fifth guy. What if the Dragon Ball series was babyfied? Oh, Carla didn't like that.
Yeah,
but if the Dragon Ball series was babyfied, that's what they claim that this Dragon Ball magic thing is going to be. We're not really going to be talking about it, but it's like, you just have it simplified. I mean, Dragon Ball Super's been babyfied in a way, because you don't get blood, you don't get that much violence as you do in Z.
Yeah.
So, loads of different variables.
Yeah. I mean, if you are going to get anything on a, any Z-like projects on the way on streaming platform, maybe that would be different,
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
Yeah. We'll see. Like, it's next week, right? Next week might be pretty exciting.
Yeah. We're not gonna be doing a stream, but we're gonna be ready on deck to make a video about it. Definitely.
Yeah, like we may do like something like our first impressions, like a quick video with our
or maybe
unedited impressions.
Yeah, exactly. We might just do a raw reaction video or something. Yeah. Work something up. Okay. Next one is Sedna. Headcanon. When Gohan punched Cell so hard 18 came out, that was a fluke for Spirit Fission. Actually, that was a fluke. I like that.
I mean, everything can be Spirit Fission if you punch hard enough.
Yeah, exactly. Anything's fought Spirit Fission if you punch hard enough.
Yeah.
Pandawok. What if Roshi and Shen remained friends? I think they would have cooperated, brought the two schools together. I think they would have actually been happier.
Would be...
It'd be friendlier. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I feel like they'd be happier because they'd actually have each other as friends.
Yeah.
Right. Garfield. What if Vegeta and or Future Trunks finished off Perfect Cell before he regenerated his arm? If they did, then I would just say that that'd be the end of the Cell Saga, basically. Because Vegeta would have had his day. Future Trunks would have actually been able to do the one to save both the past and the future. Basically. I would say it'd be quite simple. James Cameron, celebrating 41 months as a member. Almost 2 days in the hyperslemic crime chamber. You guys are awesome. For a Piccolo ex-Janet relationship, I mean, he has stretchy limbs. Ew! Ew! Oh, God. Oh, James! Damn it! Oh, damn it.
Don't put that in the next Avatar movie, James.
No. Oh, God. Oh, no. No, come on. No, Piccolo.
Good night, everybody.
Piccolo would never go to third base like that. No. Okay, Cinnamamba. What if Frieza and Frost had switched places with their characterizations intact? Like Frost pretending to be a good guy and ally to the Saiyans. I think that would have ended up them being actually really disappointed about the fact that, Frost actually takes up Goku's offer to let go, to actually to get away and to not promise to kill anyone, and he just ends up being a con artist. Whereas you get to Universe 6 with Frieza in that, and he'd be basically decimating the entire roster. I think it'd be more shocking. Like, this is what if Frost was even more evil, you know? The ante would have actually been quite cool. I'm just still sad that Frost didn't turn out to be a good version of Frieza. That was such a wasted opportunity. Yeah. Sabe, you can't fool me. You and TFS came up with the whole Piccolo and social media thing. I see through you. Of course. Yeah. But everyone considers it canon now. Andreasina Belarus McEwen, thank you very much for your super chat. Tim Hirth did that. Sabe, who decided to name Goku Zero in that dub? I don't know. Somebody, to make it sound cool.
We tried to make an archaeology on this dub someday, but it's like, it's super hard to find anything.
And also any information that hasn't already been said.
Yeah.
So
like, it's even more elusive than the big green dub. And that one is pretty elusive.
Yeah, exactly.
Already.
Hentai General, what if Goku and Vegeta kissed in the hyperbolic time chamber? I think a lot of issues would have been resolved in that time. Yeah. Oh, they spent 3 years in there. I think a lot of resolution, and basically be like, whatever happens in the time chamber stays in the time chamber. You got it.
Right. I just imagine him like Goku, kissing Vegeta like Beam kisses everyone on Smiling Friends.
Yeah. Few celebrating 1 month as a member. Comedy is the way today. What if Cell, instead of breaking Vegeta's spine, he hit him in the head, giving him memory loss, making him into a second Goku? Oh, so basically makes him into a much more agreeable person. We'd have had Chill Vegeta much sooner.
Oh, Trunks, future Trunks would game it.
Oh, what, like play it to make him more compliant?
Yeah. Oh, you are my beloved father. You really love me, and you are a very, very good father and husband to your wife. You are very committed.
Oh yes, and then Bulma would just be like, "No, he's not." He's like, "Mom, oh yeah, you do all the laundry and all the chores with a smile." That doesn't sound like me. Oh, it is. Trust us. We know. Okay. All right. He's doing it, and it's just like,
be overzealous. Like, Vegeta is perfectionist, so he would be like, like every football game, like they would have enough of this Vegeta because he would be like, 500% on this.
Yeah, they get so annoyed by it because he just over-eggs it. Miss Yummy, what if MLP Discord was in Dragon Ball? Oh, that Discord. You basically just had a mixture of Majin Buu and Moro. Yeah, that's the way I would describe Discord in if you were in Dragon Ball. Just a mixture of Majin Buu's chaos and versatility and body frame, and then also just Moro's power and just mystical arts. I think that'd be a good combination. Fu, what if instead of Frieza being in the Tournament of Power, they used the Dragon Balls to summon someone and they got GT Goku somehow? 2 versions of Goku? I mean, they would just say, is that against the rules to have 2 of the same person? Not really, because they just say there are 2 Gokus fighting. And they say, no, this one came from another dimension that also was Universe 7. From a different timeline. So I think they'd allow it.
It's never said that you cannot get... correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that Grand Priest said at any point that the fighters
had to live in that universe. Yeah, true. Yeah, true. It's very true.
Also, what would be hilarious would be like if to get Ultimate Goku, if Shin used his Potara.
Oh yeah, that's true.
We would have what we did with Nappa.
That's the thing. It would have been really cool if Shin and the Elder Kai maximized basically unleashed the potential of other fighters in Universe 7.
I mean, come on, like not something obvious like Vegeta, but like something crazy like
Piccolo.
Goku and Piccolo. Goku and Frieza.
I don't think they would have done Frieza, but Piccolo definitely. Then you'd have Orange Piccolo. Yeah, in the tournament, he'd have decimated everyone. Yeah, he wouldn't have fallen off and forgot that he could use
Pico Han.
stretchy arms. Exactly, yeah.
Orange Pico Han. Orange Pico Han beast.
Vincent Intranuovo, Kaioken. Kaio what? Boah! There you go. Daniel Alcoin. What if Shin had trained after the Buu saga? Then he would stop saying everyone's stronger than Frieza. He would just say, that's someone way stronger than me. You're strong? Oh, I've been training. I've been training for this day.
You know what would be a cool character arc?
Of him training.
If Beerus actually trained him.
Oh yeah, because they are linked, so it would be in Beerus's best interest to train the Supreme Kai he's attached to, to make sure that they survived. It's true. Exactly. That makes a lot of sense, actually. Sabe, on my Twitter, it's brief. Oh, okay, here's a script. One evening at a fancy restaurant, Piccolo is nervous. I could deal with Frieza. I could deal with the androids. I could deal with Cell. I could deal with Beerus and everyone else, but this... The camera then pans out to reveal him at a table with a smiling Janet. Carmen nails Piccolo said, "You can win. You feel great. Don't start." Huh? What was that? Nothing. So, come here often. You're just as interesting as Pan said you were. You too? I'll let you in on a secret. Really? What? Leans him forward with a knowing and innocent smile as she whispers in his ear. Pickles are just so my favorite food. What? Ooh, go get her, yeah! Oh, it's gonna get steamy tonight. Oh
boy.
That makes me like, oh, yeah. Okay, that does it for me. Actually, like I wouldn't want to write like kind of like smutty stuff and that. No, actually, no, I would, but not like sex, that kind of stuff. I'd like to do all the sensual stuff, like the teasing, the illusion. I feel like that's actually more powerful. Like there are moments in the What If Videl story, and actually in R&R where I do throw in some kind of little like people that wait, what? What was that? Neurons were activated. What? So those kind of things, I find that more powerful and more appealing, just to kind of like suddenly make people go like, what? Something is activated. That I feel that's more satisfying rather than just doing, going the whole way. Going the whole 7 Dragon Balls, as it were. Right, Dusk5621. What if Naruto was in Dragon Ball due to a time-space jutsu? If he undertook Saiyan level training, could he measure up to Dragon Ball standards? I'd say so, because, Rasengan, various other ninja techniques do require a lot of using of chakra, which is kind of like ki. So, I feel like it would work in that sense. So, I feel like if he had all the training, then I think he'd actually do pretty good.
Up to Cell Saga, probably?
After Cell Saga, yes, definitely. I feel like it could be very useful.
Because that's where the biggest, after Cell Saga, the biggest power creep happens.
No, that's the biggest power leap. So if he came out in between Cell and Buu, that'd be very handy. And Tala agrees.
Tala disagrees. I'm sorry for the dog noises.
Well, that's alright. But yeah. Okay, so with that, we are actually done. We've actually got through the list. Tala's sad that we're about to end. Well, anyway, folks, I hope you've all been well, and thank you all for your contributions. We've had some really good ideas. We've had a lot of fun. And we shall see you again very soon. Monday is going to be... let's see, what's on our Monday schedule? Oh, it's going to be Boxer 24. We'll find out more about perfection.
Okay.
Can't
wait for that. Yeah.
We're going to find out more about perfection. So look forward to that. It's going to be a bit more lore building. So yeah. Anyway, folks, hope you have a good rest of your weekend. Take care and keep safe. All right? Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.